Anything else that we're noticing as far as content?
Is content like how they're like, if you know that they're trying to use words from the prompt in their claim, like, is that something that we teach? Is that
I mean,
fall under content, or am I deviating?
I think it could be, I think it's closer to step 3 with,
Okay.
with language, because we're thinking about sentence structure,
Yeah.
verb tense, language use. I mean, I feel like it could fall into both, but let's keep
Okay.
it. Let's move into step 3.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can start us off, Laura.
So I do notice that the student is trying to, as we say, steal words from the prompts so
Mhm.
that they are sure that they're writing to that prompt with their claim. And then again, it's repeated in their conclusion statement.
Mhm.
I'm noticing that there's a lot of like verbal tense confusion.
Mhm.
Like it switches from present to past quite a few times.
Mhm. I noticed that also.
I also noticed that when they use pronouns, oftentimes they're not specific pronouns. Like there's a lot of theys and these people and stuff, and it's hard to, especially because the prompt talks about 2 authors, right? It's hard to tell whether they're talking about what the quote is talking about, they, or the authors in conversation with each other. There's a lot of pronoun confusion.
I see that the student in a couple of places uses transition words to kind of set, or transition phrases to kind of set context for what they're sharing. Like whether that be like it shows to build on an idea, or whether that be later, like this proves, or the historical figures. So I'm noticing that they're using transitional phrases to set context for what they're articulating.
Mhm. I also notice a number of opportunities for developing more complex sentences through some sentence combining.
Mhm.
But with that, like overall, I do feel like the formality, like the tone of the student writing has a nice consistent tone to it. Mhm.
I do, there's a sentence in here where the student is trying to relay the importance of tone and understanding tone while reading, but it almost feels like a lesson outside of the prompt itself.
Yeah.
Can you say that one more time?
So there's a sentence, can I be specific?
Sure.
Okay, so there's a sentence towards the bottom, I think it's second or third to the last.
Yeah.
This all comes back to say that tone is very important when reading. Understanding tone is really important, but that sentence does not necessarily have a place in this particular piece of writing. You know, or having rewording it so that the tone that these speakers use is very important to, you know, convey their purpose and whatever their, you know, their speech or their text was. But
It's like they had their own epiphany in the middle of it. Oh yeah, tone does matter.
I noticed that they're using the quotation, like in terms of punctuation, like the quotation marks, they're using to begin and end quotes, but that there's maybe some confusion on how to end a quote / sentence with punctuation. They attempt to cite sources, like you can see which sources they're using for which quotes, but the formatting is not precise.
It seems to me that like in trying to address the prompt, it's like very formulaic in its writing. It's like here's topic, here's lead in, here's quote, here's explanation of quote. And it seems like they like rinse and repeat with both of the quotes instead of like trying to specifically or like it like kind of lacks some flow a little bit, if that makes some sense.
That's great. Let's move on to step 4.